Sadly, this project was sparked by Sasha and other forgotten children. Unbelievably, grown men were doing nothing. 7 years of waiting by Sasha was too long. The hardest business in the world to run is a non-profit business. Just like any business, it is not about how much money you get, but what you do with this money and how savvy you are at running the business. Having the right people, Facebook trained, working together, networking and doing the right things makes money go miles. At first we couldn't help. To help was a super struggle. Facebook has communication tools like no other, and it allowed us to form a special network, a club, a network of help, a network of trust. This network is empowering and allows us to work together to raise donations and do things. If you can donate a little of your Facebook time, please feel free to network and to get to know people in the group. You will make great new friends and learn how modern charity works. Also join some of our project subgroups like Wheelchairs with Wings, run by Ed in Perth. Ed is networking with Perth travellers and they take new disabled wheelchairs for kids to ENDRI. I think what is different about us is that while most charities eat away and significantly shrink donations, our foundation takes donors' money and we double, triple or quadruple the aid output. We easily grow a $100 donation into $1,000 of, say, surgery aid. I know of no other charity that offers such a big bang for the charitable dollar. If you are the type of person who can afford to give to charity, or maybe know of companies, Rotaries or others that would like to assist ENDRI, please ask them to contact us. Thank you so much for your support. Oh yes, and please share this. Thank you. For unbelievable reasons, for 7 months we've had to put on hold welcoming 700 new members who were wanting to join us. We really value new members, and the reasons for blocking them seems crazy, and for this we sincerely apologise. A difficulty for our group is the nature of our cause. We're in the game of saving children's lives or assisting them as they die, a kind of poor country hospice service, which can be very frustrating and emotional for us all. Facebook allows us to be able to drive this foundation with ease, but new members are required to be brought up to speed with two main things, or they simply bog us down, or even worse, damage the glue of the group. The first thing is that we use Facebook very differently, and new members must learn this. The second is how ENDRI saves lives, the complexities, and to get members to understand and educate themselves that things are very different in Lombok, and the many ideas are not an option for us. The third reason is why we help. So firstly, we use Facebook to save lives. We're not a Facebook chat group, but it does take a bit of time for new members to learn how we use it. To help, we have some simple, clear member rules, goals, tasks, and processes which slowly form our constitution. Like any club, all members agree to abide by the club's constitution with the whole purpose of getting down to business instead of debating and arguing what this business is. Using Facebook to drive a foundation is super powerful, as we've proved. The strength of any Facebook non-profit project is to attract the right people, the right good people. However, the weakness is letting in only a few wrong people. A very scary fact that when driving Facebook Foundation, it only takes a few wrong people to be allowed into the group and the whole project can be destroyed. Wrong people are often referred to as Facebook trolls, friends to the group that are not really friends, and are seriously dangerous people, and they are a reason why most charities don't use Facebook like we do. The second problem we have as a working collaborative group is teaching new members why it is so difficult and dangerous to help, and how ENDRI can take a $100 donation and grow it into $1,000 of aid. New members bomb us with all sorts of ideas and frequently asked questions. Unfortunately, we are simply too busy and don't have the time to answer the same questions repeatedly as each new member joins us. Answering these questions and explaining the 6 children's situations is important. A goal of this video is to give you a better understanding of the reality of the Lombok situation. It is very sad. The complexities are endless, and I will need to do a second video on this. Culture, religion, poor education, the village shaman, corruption, these are real and alive. Half the mothers won't take their children to hospital even if ENDRI can get them in for free. The sick and disabled children are banned from schools. It is illegal for Westerners to come to Lombok to volunteer, and ENDRI's foundation can be closed down if seen to be doing this. Also, the complexities are often increased as Westerners come into the fold. Many know money can be exploited. Many children have been medicated by village shaman and have been left for years. It is too late to help, or their chances of survival are low. For liability reasons, and from a lot of legal advice, ENDRI only ever connects A to B. We never act as a bridge between A to B. E.g., we supply money for the car that takes the child to hospital. We don't drive this car or in this car. ENDRI drives his motorbike and meets them there. If he invites them into his car, he risks becoming part of the chain of responsibility, and effectively could be deemed taking responsibility. If a child dies, the village can sue him, or worse still, can turn on him with violence. For these reasons and many more, Lombok, with a population of 4 million, has no strong foundations. These did not survive. Where Bali has thousands of great foundations, and for this reason there are few people around in Lombok to help and advise. ENDRI and his volunteers spend a lot of time overcoming these hurdles, working, empowering the families, village leaders, government departments, carefully bulldozing all the stupidity, formality and hurdles out of the way to get the paperwork acceptance into the hospital. For the sake of $100 or $200 and lots of paperwork and hurdle jumping by ENDRI, our result is thousands of dollars of free surgery from Indonesia's BPJS medical scheme. In this way, financial donor assistance required from us is very small, with the outcome in obtaining the child many thousands of dollars of surgery aid. After ENDRI has done all the above paperwork, the main simple hurdles for the family are the transport to get the child to the hospital, $50 to $100. 2. Being there to open the free hospital doors. Many of the parents can't speak Indonesian or read. They are scared, lost, and need help around the hospital. 3. Food for families while they wait, sleep on the floor of the hospital, $50. 4. Continued support and empowerment so they don't just take the child from the hospital and leave. A present focus is to train and grow more ENDRI clones. For $25 per week, ENDRI can have employees and we can get more people doing the paperwork and connect more children to life-saving surgeries. Why we help. In only a year from startup, with no money, Facebook sparked a founding team of humanitarians. Even though we were thousands of miles away, we would not accept walking away from these children. We are now a unique and proven Facebook emergency aid organisation. We are now a registered foundation, and we have helped hundreds of children. We are not one of those foundations who have connections to get big funding support, so we have had to learn ways to save lives without using money. We use modern technology like no other. This smart technology makes us savvy, fast, lightweight, and we have connected over $250,000 in aid using less than $20,000 in our first 11 months. It has been simply amazing. Our task required us to grow a foundation in a location where no others would work. In a remote region where helping can be dangerous, complex, where people were too scared or too lazy to help, where mothers were teenagers, and in a culture where husbands could divorce their wives with ease and without financial burden. These mothers were poor, without hope, support, and all without drive to help the child. At the time, no one was doing anything for so many sick children. The situation brought us together and we adapted Facebook as our project management tool of action. About us. True humanitarians are not common to find, especially ones that want to take action and not just talk. Without Facebook we would not have met each other, and getting to know people in the group I realized that through our own experiences we act because we understand the pain of the child, the pain of the father, or the mother in not being able to help her child. We are 21st century citizens. We know for a child to die in pain is wrong. We know for a child to have untreated tumours that were left growing for 7 years is wrong. We know that a sick child to die hungry is wrong. We know that a severely disabled child to lay on a floor for 15 years is wrong. Or a child with no legs and bones sticking out below the knees for 7 years where thousands of very religious people who see this and do nothing is wrong. This group project is now proven proof that from our lounge at home, connected by Facebook to ENDRI and his smartphone, people can change all the above. Helping one child is not the solution. We have a bigger goal: to spark change. The numbers of these children are overwhelming due to a massive backlog of years of inaction. Compassion and action is in short supply in Lombok. Lombok must help Lombok. The village must help the village. People must help people. And it only takes a few like ENDRI to light the fire of change. Our group's focus is to empower ENDRI with resources, encouragement. $25 per week wages provides ENDRI a clone, and he teaches others how to get poor people into hospitals for free. Politicians are supporting him. Central government in Jakarta is listening to him and visiting him. He is helping spark 3 other NGOs in different regions, all while doing a huge workload with the children. And, importantly not to forget, the amazing blind orphanage. At first, learning to use Facebook for charity was very difficult. Some of my friends defriended me. People duplicated our sites and even fundraised and kept ENDRI's money. People even tried to close ENDRI down. Starting with no money, in only 11 months using only a few $1,000s, we have connected hundreds of children to more than $250,000 of aid. With new trained members, this year we will do more than $1 million in aid. So this is why new members must learn how we work and how we use Facebook. Smart technology is the new way, and we hope others will learn from our lessons to drive their own projects and foundations. Firstly, very quickly, here is some important member information and snippets from our Constitution. Lombok Forgotten Children, ENDRI Foundation, is an emergency aid organisation. Our fundamental mission is, no Lombok child should die hungry or in pain. ENDRI's job is often as a hospice service. As a foundation, we must stay focused and prioritise our work. The priority being 1. Helping poor, sick and terminally sick children. 2. Helping poor disabled children. 3. Helping poor orphans, not poor healthy children. The normal charity structure is failing donors. Our point of difference is we are a foundation that is unique, and we are testing a whole new modern way of doing charity. Our structure is using the Facebook platform in hundreds of unique ways to drive projects. Facebook empowers and makes it easy, fast, transparent, and allows us to work together. We are a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week global foundation. To function as a driving modern team, we need new members to learn how we operate. Our first rule is love all. We expect members to act maturely. 2. Facebook is powerful but not perfect. Take time writing clear comments and messages. Lazy messaging and comments can lead to miscommunication and create problems. 3. Don't bomb us with solutions, especially on your first week. 4. Our success is our group glue. This is our strength. Be energy adding, not energy draining to the group. Got a question or idea that could create fluster? Think before you comment. Don't fluster posts with cryptic questions and comments. We are simply too busy to play Facebook games. Facebook trolls don't belong here. Simply private message to the person you've got an idea or that you're focusing on. This is the polite way to sensitive questions. 5. A great way to help is to be Facebook active. Like members' comments. Comment on posts. Importantly, share if you care. This is especially powerful with the fundraising posts. Also share these posts into other big network groups. This is a great way to get new members and more donation support.